Okay, so today we will see about these. So functions in Oracle we are going to see. So it will help you to simplify our work we'll use these functions. Okay, so we have two types of variety functions: single row functions and multi-row functions. Okay, so see, so Oracle has built some functions, put that in some library. Okay, so dbms underscore SQL అని చెప్పి ఒక ప్యాకేజ్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఆ ప్యాకేజ్ లో ఏదైతే నీకు ఫ్యూచర్ లో నీకు అవసరం అవుతాయో అలాంటి కాంపోనెంట్స్ అన్నిటినీ, so those people put some functions in some place. Okay, so as a library అంటే we will gather all the components, we will put in some place. ఏంటి ఆ లైబ్రరీలో ఉన్నవన్నీ బుక్స్. So it related to any subject. You will get all the types of books in your library. Okay, so similar kind. So if you want to do the functionings, okay, so we'll use like we have a lot of you may like if you want to do mathematical things. So use yesterday like to perform the sum, we'll use the operator. Okay, sum of two numbers if you want to do. Okay, we'll use the sum function. So we already seen about some average, minimum. These are all mathematical functions. So what it is taking some input from you and giving the value from that. So by making some logical changes inside that, so and providing the value to the, okay, so it must return a value. So if you are using any function of this single row or multi row, it will give the value. It will give the value. It must return a value. Okay, so see, so Oracle supplies a rich library inbuilt functions which can be employed for various tasks. So ikkadunna task edaina neeku, okay, so these functions will help you to perform various types of tasks. Okay, so elanti tasks anamata. So the essential capabilities of functions can be the keys conversions of string. Okay, so ante elanti functions various tasks antunnam kada, elanti task ichestaru. So now your name is in the capital letters. Now I need to convert that into lower case. Okay, initial letter should be caps. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఇనిషియల్ లెటర్ అనేది క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్ లో ఉండాలి, రిమైనింగ్ లెటర్ అంతా స్మాల్ లో ఉండాలి. అది ఒక కన్వర్షన్. ఓకే, సో టు డూ దోస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ విల్ యూస్ ది, సో ఇది ఒక టాస్క్. సో ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ లైక్ functions can be help you to perform various types of tasks. The task may be a case conversion or in-string or substring functions. In-string or substring functions అంటే స్ట్రింగ్ లో నుంచి ఒక పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ని డిస్ప్లే చేయడానికి. సో టోటల్ స్ట్రింగ్ లైక్ ABCD ఉందనుకో, if you want to display A as a one substring, we'll use the substring for that. So if you want to find out particular character, so where is that particular character, we'll use the in-string function for that. These are all these and mathematical computations. So mathematical calculations ఏదైనా perform చేయాలన్నప్పుడు we'll use the mathematical functions on numeric data. So mathematical functions work with only numerical data, number data type columns పైనే మీరు mathematical functions ని యూజ్ చేయగలుగుతారు. Okay, so under date operations on date data type values. సో డేట్ వాల్యూస్ తోటి మీకు వర్క్ చేయాలి అంటే సో కంపల్సరీ డేట్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అవసరం అవుతాయి. ఓకే, సో SQL functions optionally take arguments from the user and mandatory return a value. సో మీరు ఫంక్షన్ కి వాల్యూ ఇన్పుట్ అనేది ఇవ్వచ్చు, ఇవ్వకపోవచ్చు మీ ఇష్టం, కానీ ఇట్ మస్ట్ రిటర్న్ ఏ వాల్యూ. సో మీరు వాల్యూ ఇస్తే దానికి కావాల్సిన అవుట్పుట్ ఏంటి అనేది రిటర్న్ చేస్తారు. సో మీరు వాల్యూ ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు అంటే ఇట్ రిటర్న్స్ ది ఫాల్స్. సో ఇట్ మస్ట్ రిటర్న్ ఏ వాల్యూ. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ది బూలియన్ వాల్యూ యాజ్ ఎ రిటర్న్ 0. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ట్రూ అంటే 1, బూలియన్ వాల్యూస్ లో 1 ఉంది అంటే అది ట్రూ. సో 0 ఉంది అంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏమనంటే ఫాల్స్ అనమాట. సో ఒక్కొక్క సిచ్యువేషన్స్ లో బూలియన్ వాల్యూ లైక్ ట్రీట్ లైక్ యాస్ 0 and 1 ఉంది అని చెప్తారు అనమాట. సో బూలియన్ వాల్యూ 0 ఉంది అంటే యూ నీడ్ టు కన్సిడర్ యాస్ ఏ ఫాల్స్. ఓకే, సో ఇట్ వోంట్ రిటర్న్ వాల్యూ. ఓకే, సి Okay, so you understand this variety of tasks, right? Okay, so here we have case conversion functions, in-string function or substring operations, mathematical computations, data operations. Okay, data operations. We have this variety of functions. Okay, so the functions again categorized into two parts. Okay, again categorized into two parts. How that data types, character data type has been divided into two parts, two variety of things, character and varchar2. The similar kind, the functions is divided into two parts, single row function and multi-row functions. The name itself, it is giving like a single row function. Single row functions are one who work on a single row and return one output per row. So meaning, so it will take the input of any particular row. It will provide that result for that particular row itself. So multi-row functions and so it is taking like a multiple row values and providing the only one value. How that sum function, minimum function is working, right? For every group, you are getting one value. So it is not working for like a single group. So single record, it is working with more than one record. Okay. So single row functions are one who work on a single row and return one row, one output per row. Okay. So for example, a length. So length function in just so if you see like length function, length function is used to count the number of characters in the particular string or a column, right? So what the error you are getting here? Here you are getting some error in this place. What is that error? So what's the problem? What the mistake here?
Dual is a table name.
So by mistake, I have provided the dual is the table. A dual table is having only one record with one column. You are trying to fetch like a other columns of the dual table. So it's not related to the dual table of these columns. Okay, so you need to use the EMP table. Okay, see here. So you are the length function is returning the values for every row is one value. See Smith, 5 characters. Len is 5 characters. Ward 4 characters. So it is taking the input of this value. You are providing the input ename, length of ename. See if you pass like a length of Shiva. So it will give 4 for every row. It will give 444 because so you are provided static string here. You are provided static string. It will fix for all the records. If you provide like a length of 1, 2, 3, it will fix for the all the records. Okay. So for every row, it is giving the one value. These type of functions we can call it as a single row functions. Okay, as I said, we have the case conversion functions. Okay, so case conversion functions is also one type of functions to convert the data. See, now we have the employee name in the capital letter, right? Now I want to convert that into lowercase. Use the lower function to convert that into lowercase. So if you want to make it as a initial letter should be caps. So use the init cap function for that. In it cap. Initial letter should be caps. See, every starting of the letter is the capital letter. For every word, it will give the So if you have like ABC 1, 2, 3, so A can be capital letter, one is trying to make as a capital letter. Okay. Then we'll see multi-row functions. Definition is like multi-row functions works upon a group of rows and return one result, okay, for the complete set of rows. Okay, so there are also known as a group functions. So multi-row functions we can call it as a group functions. Okay, so singular functions, see, so we have variety of functions here. So we'll use that. We'll use that in this general functions. Okay, so general functions will help you to work with the null values. Work with the null values. Usually contains the null handling functions. The functions under the category are NVL, NVL2, nullif and the case T code. So these four functions, five functions work with the null values. So these are the special functions also we can call it as a general function or special functions. Just select star from EMP. Okay, select star from EMP. Now we are getting the data from this. Now if you want to retrieve the data, okay, now you want to retrieve the data like a commission is null. You cannot able to use the equal operator for null. Use the special operators, right? You are depending on some other operator here, right? So now see, we can replace the null values with any not null value. So see here, what are the commission column is having the values. These are all the employees is having the commission. Okay, these are all is having the commission. So remaining the employees does not have any commission. Now you need to make some default value for that. Okay, 1, 2, 3 or 100 rupees, anything. So you can pass some default commission 0 also. 0 also is one of the value. Okay, see now number, employee name, salary, commission. Okay, commission. So now I'm using the NVL function to replace the null values with the any not null value. So replace with the null values with the any not null value. Okay, now I'm removing this condition here, not required. See here. So it is converting the all null values with the 0. All null values with the 0. So if you already having the commission as 0, so it is not at all replacing, it is not touching that record. Because 0 is also having the value. So 0 is having the value is founded by one of our Indian people. So 0 having some value for that. It's have some value. Okay. So the NVL function is used to replace the null values with any not null value. So eppudi use of the NVL function. Now see, if you don't have this commission now I'm removing this function. So client is asked to so display the total salary of that employee. So if you're having like salary column and as well as the bonus column, treat like as if your commission column is bonus. Now you need to add these two and make as a total salary. So you are getting some bonus, yearly bonus. So yearly bonus, so you will get some. See, the industries will pay the amount in the form of total is a fixed pay plus variable pay. So variable pay అని చెప్పి ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది. వేరియబుల్ పే అనేది ఏమవుతుంది అంటే నీకు ఫిక్స్డ్ పే అనేది కంపెనీ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఎలా అయినా ఉండని. సో కంపెనీలో ప్రాఫిట్స్ లో ఉన్ని లాస్ లో ఉన్ని నాకు ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, నాకు అసలు నా సంబంధం లేదు. ఓకే, సో మీరు ప్రాపర్ గా వర్క్ చేసినా చేయకపోయినా యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ట్రబుల్ ఫర్ యువర్ సాలరీ. సో నీ సాలరీ వరకు నీకు ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. So if you are filling the time sheet, you will get the money. If the company is in the loss or profit, so I don't bother about that. Okay. So if you are working or not, so I won't consider all those things. So if I promise like I'm going to make this payment, so I need to bear and I need to pay for you. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, ఫిక్స్డ్ పే అనేది కంపల్సరీ వాళ్ళు పే చేయాలి. అదే వేరియబుల్ పే అని చెప్పి 10 కానీ 15% కానీ, సో నీ యొక్క ప్యాకేజ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అందులో 10 to 15% వాళ్ళు కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటారు, డివైడ్ చేస్తారు అనమాట. ఆ వేరియబుల్ పే అనేది ఎలా ఉంటుంది అంటే, సో దేర్ ఈజ్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ టు స్కిప్ దట్ పేమెంట్ if the company is on the losses. Those people will say like, so our company is on losses, due to this we are unable to make this payment. So now if someone does not have the variable pay, so variable pay lenapudu, so we are not displaying as a zero. So variable pay lenapudu I am showing as a null for that employee. Now if you want to make that variable pay plus a total salary is equal to the total annual salary. Total fixed pay plus annual variable pay is equal to the total annual salary. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, సాలరీ అనే కాలం ఉంది, కమిషన్ అనే కాలం ఉంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఏ టోటల్ సాలరీ, యూ నీడ్ టు క్లబ్ దీస్ టూ అండ్ డిస్ప్లే ది రిజల్ట్స్ ఫర్ యూ. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు club these two, now I need to make as a sum for this sal plus commission. Okay, 1 plus 2, select 1 plus 2 from dual, it is display like a 3. So mathematical calculation, how you are making that, in the same way you are doing like a column 1 plus column 2. Ardhamadna? So now I am trying to do this. See here. So whatever the not null column values we have, you are getting the output for that. So all the remaining columns value are nulling out. So you are trying to add some null is an undefined value. Okay, so undefined value you are adding some value, it become like as undefined value. Null value ki null anedi undefined value, so now you are adding something to that, so I cannot able to see that what is that value. So in this case, so if you want to do these type of operations, so consider this as a NVL of commission. So to perform the sum operations, we'll use the NVL comma 0. So sum చేసేటప్పుడు 0 యాడ్ చేస్తాం, డివిజన్ చేసేటప్పుడు by 1 తోటి డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. సో డివిజన్ చేసేటప్పుడు 1 తోటి చేస్తే దాని వాల్యూ అనేది చేంజ్ అవ్వకుండా సేమ్ వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. So if you are adding with 1 అన్నా అనుకో, same value get change here. So value change అయినప్పుడు you cannot able to get the accurate results. మీకు 1 రూపీ డిఫరెన్స్ వస్తుంది కదా. సమ్ చేసేటప్పుడు జీరోస్ ని సమ్ చేయాలి, జీరోని యాడ్ చేయడం వలన you won't change your actual value. Now see here, now I am making as a NVL of commission comma 0. సో ఏమవుతుంది, కమిషన్ ఎక్కడైతే ఉందో నల్ ఉందో ఆ నల్ ఉన్న ప్లేస్ లో ప్రతి దానికి 0 అని చెప్పి తీసుకుంటాం. Now you are adding this value to this. See here, so if you have the null or not null, so I'm not going to bother about the column value. So directly I am summing that remaining all values. Ardhamainda? So NVL functions used in these situations. Okay, so sometimes you need to use in where class as well. So client is asked to display like a, so where commission is not equal to 0. So 0 కాకుండా ఉన్న ఎంప్లాయీస్ అందరూ నాకు కావాలి అన్నాను. So if you want to retrieve commission is not equivalent to 0. So ఏమవుతుంది, not equal to 0 అన్నప్పుడు we have only 2 records out of 28. We have 2 0 records. So we are remaining like 26 records you need to display. Kada? So you need to display that records. So now you are getting only 6 records. It's not correct, right? So in these situations also, we'll use the NVL function. Okay, not equal to 0. NVL of commission comma 0 is not equal to 0. So not equal to 0 అన్నప్పుడు, so you are making as a 0. So 0 is not equal to 0. It's a false. So you won't get the results. So if you want to see these null records, we'll use the equal operator. Now you will get like all the null values and including the 0. So not equal to, so 1, 2, 3, or provide some other value. Not equal to 1, 2, 3. So if the null values also get considered in this place. So we have total 28. 28 లో నుంచి 1, 2, 3 కాకుండా కావాలి అన్నప్పుడు you will get these results. So if you want to see like 300 is one of the employees having the commission 300. Okay, I'm going to exclude that record. Other than that, all the records I need to display. See, 26 records are displayed. So in these situations also we'll use in the where class NVL functions. So you cannot able to achieve with NVL commission is null. So is null operator, so you cannot able to do these operations. Compulsory ikkada NVL functions use అవుతాయి. Okay, so then we have NVL2 function. You are clear about the null function, right? So NVL2 is advanced to the NVL function. Okay, there is some additional features here. Okay, see, select NVL of, okay, so null, comma 1, 2, 3, null, comma 1, 2. Do it. So if the value is having the null, it display the 12. So whatever the value you are mentioning this, it will display the. If we have null, it will consider to the second value. If it is the value is present in this place, it display the same value itself. See. See, if the value is not present in the first column, it will go for the second value, second column, and display the second value. If the value is present in the first column, it display the first column value itself. Okay. Now see, now both values are not present. NVL of null, comma null. Now we'll get the null because NVL function, if the first value is not present, it will go for the second value. It is not at all checking anything. It's blindly displaying that second value to this. Okay, so by replacing null value with null is not the meaning actually. So if you are doing that, there is no use. The same thing now we are going to deal with NVL2. So NVL2 function works with 3 arguments. Okay, so so if the value get this value, do this task. If it is not get, do this task. సో ఏంటి ఈ వాల్యూ వస్తే ఈ వర్క్ చేయి, ఈ వాల్యూ రాకపోతే ఈ వర్క్ చేయి అని చెప్పి చెప్తా ఉంటాం. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో those type of situations, if the value first column value is present, okay, if the first column value is present, okay, display the second value, display the second value. If the first value is not present, display the third value. Okay, so I'm removing this all things for now. If the first value is present, it will display the second value. If the first value is not present, it display the third value. Okay, now, so the NVL2 function works with the 3 arguments. See, now I am removing this third argument. See here, invalid number of arguments. దీని parameters అయినా కాల్ చేయొచ్చు, లేదంటే arguments అయినా మనం కాల్ చేయొచ్చు. Number of arguments will be 3. Okay, NVL2 function work with the 3 arguments or 3 expressions. Expressions ante parameters ne manam expression antunnam. Okay, if expression 1 is true, it displays the expression 2. If expression 1 is false, it displays the expression 3. So true అంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏమనంటే if the expression column 1 value is having any not null value, we can call it as a expression 1 is true, then it will display this record. If the expression 1 is false, it display the expression 3 record. Okay, now see, now I am making as a null this column. Well, expression 1 is making as a false. Now we make as a expression 1 is false. It will go for the expression 3. It is displaying that. If what are the value you are looking for, if it get that, do the swear. If it is not get, do this task. So those type of situations we will go with the NVL2 function. Okay, NVL2 function. So what other thing we have? Null if function. Null if. So null if function will help you compare the values. Null if of 1, 1. Okay, do it. So it compare the two values or two column values. If both are same, it display the null. Display the null. If any one of the value is differ, display the first column value. So null if function will help you to compare the two column values or two values. If both are same, it display the null for that. If it is any one of the value is different, it display the first value of the your expression. Okay, so then we have a coalesce function. Coalesce function. This is also work with null values. To work with the null values, we'll use this. See, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It works with any number of arguments. There is no limit to provide the input values here. It works with any number of arguments. Now I am passing another 2 parameters. Then I am passing another parameters. Okay, so coalesce function works with any number of arguments. Coalesce function will help you to find out the first not null value of the given list. So ఈ టోటల్ వాల్యూస్ నువ్వు ఇచ్చినది ఒక ఇన్పుట్ అనుకుంటే ఈ ఇన్పుట్ లో నుంచి ఫస్ట్ నల్ వాల్యూ నాట్ ది నల్ వాల్యూ ఇట్ డిస్ప్లే ది ఫస్ట్ నాట్ నల్ వాల్యూ. See, now I am making as now you are getting the first not null value. First value is the not null value. You are getting the value 1. Now I am replacing with the null for that first column value. Now it will go for the first value is the null. It will go for the second value. Okay, then it is displaying that. Again, I am making as a null for that second value as well. It will go for the third. Again, I am making null. It will go for it will try to check each and every individual value until the not null value gets. If all the values are null, it will give the null. Because you don't have any not null value in the given list. Okay, so this is about the coalesce function. Coalesce function will help you to find out the first not null value of the given list. Okay, so this all will help you to deal with the null records or null values. Okay, so now we have the case function and the decode function. Okay, so case function and the decode function. Okay, case and decode. Now a case and decode functions will help you. Now we are going to deal with the case function. Okay, so now I need to make the I need to compare the employee information with the multiple conditions. Okay, multiple conditions I need to put for employees to check the condition. If employee is matched with this condition, do this. If employee match with this employee, so this condition, do this. Ante now I need to check with multiple conditions and I need to provide the multiple values for that. So I need to check for. So if you are doing like select star from EMP where DPT number equal to 10, it work with the 10th department value only. So if you want to work with the multiple values, use the in operator and will provide the things. So you are passing to the only department value. So you are checking for the only department condition value. So you are passing multiple values to the column. Okay, not with multiple conditions. No, multiple conditions ni check cheyatledu. So now I am going to check with multiple conditions by using the case statement. If any one of the conditions satisfied, provide that value. If all the conditions are not satisfied, then I will make it as a null for that. So the case statement will work the best example like a, so we'll go with the, so declaring the caste things. So reservation to maintain as a reservations. So caste equal to ST, caste equal to BC. So the reservation categories will maintain that all the conditions at the starting of the position. Okay, see here. So now I'm going to select case when we don't have any caste values right in the table. Okay, so to make it as a sum table, okay. We already seen about the set operators, right? Set operators చూసాం కదా. So set operators will help you to club the two records or two tables. Two queries ni club చేసుకోవడానికి కానీ two tables ni club చేసుకొని to make it as a single output, we'll use the set operators. Okay, now I'm making as a union. Where can you know, man? Oh, C is last, man. Last. Okay, I'm fine with this 3, 4 only. Okay. I'm making as a some table about this records. See, caste equal to OC. Okay, BC, OC, SC, ST. We have these 4 categories of caste in our table. Now I need to provide the reservation of a percentage for each one. Okay, so now I'm going to make the reservation percentages using this. Caste equal to first you will give the preference for STs then. Okay, so you will make it as a some percentage of 10% or 15%. So then you will look for the another condition. So simply ST, the 10%. Then you will look for the okay. So here you will see BC. Okay, so it may have like a 7 to 8%. Okay, so then you will look for a when. So when we'll go for the so gender equal to male. Then you will give like a 5% or a whatever the percentage is having for those people, you will mention that. Then you finally will go with the waste candidates OC. Okay. So else with the so whatever the other things we have, then we'll prioritize all the people, then we'll go with the others. Okay, so else whatever the things you are going to mention, check that all the categories from your reservation things. Then you will go for the or else whatever the other cache we have other than this, what are the conditions you are going to check that all the things. If you forget to check that, so if you are you need to ignore for the remaining people, simply mention that reservation category people, whatever the people we have. Okay, so now you are not at all considering like a OC people here. So see, now you don't have any gender column value here. Okay, for now I am like making commenting this. Okay, then we will add the gender column as well. Then we will see the things. See, we have BC percentage. OC, you don't have any percentage because you forget to mention. You ignore those people. You completely ignore the OC people here. Okay, so now SC 10%, ST. So you whatever the categories you mentioned that it is displaying. So whatever the other categories you haven't mentioned, so that is ignoring this case. So in that case, simply mention those as a else. Else will help you to take all other people into this category. So నీ కావాల్సిన categories మీరు తీసుకున్నాను తర్వాత it will go for the else. Okay, make it as a general or anything. You can make it as a anything. Now see, OC is becoming like as a general. If you have any other things also, so make it as a some more value. Okay, so BCD. So the BCD becoming like as a general here. So if you're like a new caste is becoming like a new caste is born like a for some more days. So you are adding that caste into that table. So BCE. CE. That is also becoming like by default, it is going for the general category. So this is about the case statement. So now you are able to check with only one column of value here, right? Now I'm going to make it as a gender column in this table as well. So gender. Okay, so gender. Then we can add now see. Now I have designed my table in this way. Okay, so it is displaying like I'm providing some alias name for my reservation. Cached. Okay, see, if it is BCD with F. Okay, so now I'm mentioning that gender category percentage as well, gender reservation as well. For ladies is having some preference, right? So we need to mention that. Okay, so now I'm checking like all the categories. So what are the other caste we need to give the preference? Where I provided that. Then I'm going for the ladies category at the last before the general. So prioritization is having that way only. I am thinking, okay, I don't have any idea. So gender equal to F. It may be any other caste. Same ST people also, if lose that situation in our upside, so there is a chance to get other this reservation category people having any ladies miss the opportunity in this place. There is a chance to get the job here as well. సో నేను ఎందుకు అవి చెప్తున్నానంటే అలానే మన కోడ్ వర్క్ అవుతుంది ఇక్కడ అర్థమవుతుందా సో if you this condition is not satisfied here, so there is a chance to satisfied with this value as well. Okay, so now see here, so we are checking with the ST, SC, BC. So then you are going for the F, gender female category. See, so BC is having the reservation, BCD having the reservation, BCD we haven't mentioned anything in this place. Again, it is having the null reservation here. It is having the reservation. Ela vastundi? She is a female here. The gender is the BCD is the, I'm making as a all the BCD people as a female category. Arthamatna. So female valna. So these people are getting the reservation. Arthamayna? So this is about the case statement. So we'll use the case when end. So when condition anedi you can able to provide one condition, you can able to provide the multiple conditions. So if you want to make it as a one condition, use case when condition, then value, close the case statement by using the end. So the syntax starts with the case, ends with the end keyword. Okay, so else is optional here. So if you want to make it as a give the preference for all the other categories, we will use the else. So if you don't want to provide all the jobs need to be provided to the reservation people, so make it as a simple dot all the categories people based on the prioritizations. ఎలా మీరు రిజర్వేషన్ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఇవ్వాలో సో ఆ గవర్నమెంట్ డిసైడ్ చేసుకుంటారు అర్థమైందా ఎనీ డౌట్ then the same functionality you can able to achieve with decode also. So whatever the things you are performing using this case statement, that's the same thing you can able to achieve with the decode. Okay, now I am considering this table. Okay, caste, gender, so other things we have here. Okay, so now I am making with the decode. So decode of column name. So what the column name we have? This caste. Okay, so now I am splitting this into two sessions. Okay, so now see we are mentioning the case condition with the starting caste equal to ST, then 10% antunnam. So take that value. So use this place caste of. Okay, so decode of column name. Case when caste equal to. Okay, when caste equal to Raso. So then you can able to write this case statement in different way also. I will show you sometime later. Okay, so decode of column name. Where column name equal to value. ఇస్తా value ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ value అనేది match అయితే you will get the results. Okay, now I am making as a decode of caste equal to ST. Then provide the value as 10%. Okay, see, I'm closing this decode. Now you will get only ST people reservation. Other than that, you won't get any value here. See, ST will get the 10% in reservation. Okay, so if you want to check with the multiple values, you are using like a one more when condition. The same way, now you need to mention like a ST then percentage. Okay, so the cash is equal to ST, then 10%, equal to SC, then provide like a percentage as a 12% or anything. So based on your situation. Understand, like based on this, you are getting this. Okay, so now see this. Now these people are getting like a 12. Okay, so mention other things also, cash equal to BC, then put all the conditions. You cannot able to put like a these type of conditions inside this. Now you are checking with the cash equal to this value. At last you are going to check with gender wise. You cannot able to compare like a here, because you can, a decode function works with one column of value. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో వన్ కాలమ్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూలో నుంచి చూస్తాం. సో ఇప్పుడు డీకోడ్ ఆఫ్ అని చెప్పి చూస్తున్నాం. సో ఎల్స్ నీకు కావాల్సిన కేటగిరీస్ అన్ని చూస్తాం. వెన్ దిస్, వెన్ దిస్, వెన్ దిస్. సో యూ ప్రొవైడెడ్ ది దెన్ వాల్యూస్ ఫర్ దట్. యూ నీడ్ టు యూజ్ ది ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్. Else, so I'm saying like say 5% for the all the remaining people. So now you have like a OBC percentage, so EBC reservation also. So the OC people is also having some reservation. If the below having the 4 lakh of annual income, you will get some reservation. So I'm making as a some else block for the reservation category, like a percentage 5% or something else. See, so whatever the categories I am mentioning, that it is capturing and providing the reservation for that. So I'm making as a some else value. So I'm not at all checking any condition for this. Cash equal to, see, cash equal to ST, then 10%, SC then 12%. Then you are not at all checking the value for cash equal to this. Okay, so now we are decode and case functions will doing the same job, but there is some difference here. There is some difference here. So now you can able to mention like a not equal to ST. Not equal to SC and all the people will come to this place. So you are checking for only first condition aim jarugutundi. So now see here, all the people is having like a 10%. So ఏమవుతుంది, now you are saying like a cash is not equal to ST category కాకుండా remaining వాళ్ళందరికీ you are going to make it as a 10% reservation. 10% reservation ఇస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతారు ఇక్కడ ఎస్టీ కాకుండా రిమైనింగ్ వాళ్ళందరూ దీస్ కండిషన్స్ ఈ కండిషన్ లోనే సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో నౌ యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ద రిజర్వేషన్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ది కేటగిరీస్. సో ఏమవుతుంది, నౌ యు ఆర్ చెకింగ్ ఫర్ దట్. అదర్ దాన్ ది ఏమవుతుంది, ఎస్టీ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎస్సీ అనేది తప్పు. సో ద కండిషన్ ఇస్ ఫాల్స్. ఎస్టీ ఈక్వల్ టు బీసీ కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్. జెండర్ అనేది, సో ఇఫ్ యూ మే బి దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ దిస్ యాజ్ వెల్. జెండర్ ఫిమేల్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఇక్కడ కూడా రావచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఏమవుతుంది, ఎల్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ ది ఎల్స్ యాజ్ ఎ జనరల్. సో ఎల్స్ కూడా వెళ్ళట్లేదు. సో ఏమవుతుంది, ఎస్టీ 5% వస్తుంది. ఎందుకు, ద జెండర్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎఫ్. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో యు ఆర్ మిస్సింగ్ ద ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇన్ దిస్ ప్లేస్. ఓకే, సో యు are missing this opportunity. So ఏమవుతుంది, already explained, if someone is missed in the SC category people, so there is a chance to get that opportunity in the general category as well. అర్థమవుతుందా? మనకి రిజర్వేషన్ అలానే ఉంది కదా. ఏమవుతుంది, అక్కడ మిస్ అయినా సో రిజర్వేషన్ కేటగిరీ వాళ్ళు జనరల్ లో కూడా వస్తారు వాళ్ళు. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ లైక్ మెరిట్ ఆఫ్ మార్క్స్, దోస్ పీపుల్ విల్ మే గెట్ ద ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇన్ దిస్ యాజ్ వెల్. అర్థమవుతుందా? వాళ్ళ దాంట్లోకి మనం వెళ్ళాం, వాళ్ళు మన దాంట్లోకి రావచ్చు. Got it right? So the same way you are missing the opportunity in this place. ST అంటే ST కాకుండా వేరే వాళ్ళంతా అక్కడే సాటిస్ఫై 10% తోటి సాటిస్ఫై అయిపోయినారు. ఓకే, నౌ you are putting some other conditions. So ఏదైతే ST కేటగిరీస్ ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళంతా సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వరు అక్కడ. then you will come to this place, gender equal to F. Female category nunchi there is a chance to get the reservation of ST people here. So ikkada jarugutundi. So if you mention like a SC also having that. So if you mention like not equal to OC, not equal to OC. So ఏమవుతుంది not equal to OC అన్నప్పుడు so you will get all the okay. So you will get all the categories with a 10%. The OC people will get to only general category. It will come to the else. See, OC ki general ki వెళ్ళిపోయారు. సో ఓసీలో ఫిమేల్ రిజర్వేషన్ కూడా సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వట్లేదు వాడు. అర్థమవుతుందా? So these conditions will work in this way. So I am giving this best example to understand this. Okay, so we will put multiple conditions. If the first condition is satisfied, it won't, for the particular record, you are searching for the particular record. If the first condition is satisfied, that particular record, it won't come, it won't check for the remaining conditions for the particular record. ఏమవుతుంది, ఎక్కడైతే మీరు చెక్ చేస్తా ఉన్న వాల్యూ మీకు ఫౌండ్ అయిందో, యూ విల్ స్టాప్ ది సర్చింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. అర్థమైందా? So if you get that in the first reservation category itself, if you got the job, you won't go for the second level things, right? Second chance ni తీసుకో. ఎందుకు తీసుకుంటావు? You already got the job in the first situation itself. First preference లోనే నీకు జాబ్ వచ్చేసినప్పుడు you won't go for the second option. అర్థమవుతుందా? So the same way, so but case and decode will work, both are similar. So in the case function, you can able to use the not equal to, other than equal, you can able to use all type of operators. So case function lo you can use all type of operators, equal, greater than, less than or equal to, you can use any type of operator in the case function. Okay, so whereas in the decode, you don't have option to use the operators here. It working like as a equal operator, equal. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇఫ్ మ్యాచ్ విత్ దిస్ అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, అది క్యాస్ట్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎస్టీ, దెన్ ఎస్సీ, దెన్ ఓసీ, దెన్ బీసీ, దెన్ అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ ఈస్ కంపేరింగ్ విత్ ఈక్వల్ ఆపరేటర్, నాట్ విత్ ఎనీ అదర్ ఆపరేటర్. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ది కేస్ అండ్ డీకోడ్ ఫంక్షన్స్. సో కేస్ అండ్ డీకోడ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ వర్క్ విత్ మల్టిపుల్ కండిషనల్ వాల్యూస్. Multiple conditions to check with the multiple conditions to provide for each condition as a different value. Okay, this is about the general functions. Okay, so case conversion functions accept the characters as an input and returns a character value as an output. Okay, so in the upper case, maybe upper case lo ABC ani undi. So if you make it as upper again, it will display in upper case. So already upper lo undi, you are using some additional function for that. So already upper lo unnappudu upper lo ne chupistadi. So if it is the lower, if you use that, there is a use for that. If it is the init cap, you will make it as a case conversions. If you want to do that from one version to another version, in that situation, so we'll use the lower function for to make it as a lower, upper function to make it as a uppercase. Okay, so then character functions. So character functions accept the character as input and return number or a character. So ikkada em jarugutundi, input character functions ni తీసుకునేటప్పుడు ఇన్పుట్ తీసుకునేది క్యారెక్టర్, బట్ రిటర్నింగ్ ఏ వాల్యూ యాజ్ ఎ నెంబర్, రిటర్నింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ క్యారెక్టర్ యాజ్ వెల్. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో క్యారెక్టర్ ఫంక్షన్స్, క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా టైప్ వర్క్స్ విత్ number values, works with the special values, works with the alphabetical values. Avuna? Same way, characters functions take the input as a character, okay, and print the value as in the form of numerical values, in the form of character value. Ardhamadna? So the functions under category are concat function, okay, length function and the replace function. Okay, so let's see with concat function. Okay, see here concat function concatenates two strings as a single string. How that concatenate operator is working for you? Operators lo manam concatenate operator chusam. Okay, so I'm splitting this into collapse the editor tab. So if you want to make as a two strings as a one string, usually we have an option to perform. So select, we have India is one string S1. We have two strings here. I need to make it as a single string. India is my country. So if you want to do this, we'll use select. So I'm making as a England view as a temporary table creation. Okay. Now selecting with the S1 comma S2. S1 comma S2. Okay. Now if you want to make it these two strings as a one string, we'll use the concatenate operator. Double pipe symbol is a concatenate operator. So wherever you are seeing this double pipe, so pipe symbol ante so straight line ఉన్నదాన్ని pipe symbol అంట. Okay, so double pipe ఉన్నదాన్ని concatenate operator అంట. Okay, so India is my country, so it is displaying. So now if you want to make it as a two strings, we'll use two concatenate operators. So three strings ni concat చేస్తాను. S1 with the space. These two strings as becoming like as a one string, and you are clubbing with the S2. Now see you are getting the value. Okay, now the same way we'll use the concatenate operator concat of S1 comma S2. It club these two results as a one. See here, India is my country. So if you want to make the space, here, so you need to use this function again, some space with the, we will get like a S1 with the space. Now you are seeing some space here. Now add this function. So you need to concat off. Okay, concat off this concatenate function will work like as a one string. So inside నువ్వు again function use చేస్తావు. Function use చేస్తే అది it working like as a single string. Then you are making as a S2. See here, India is my country. అర్థమవుతుందా? So now concatenate function is work with the two arguments. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, ఫస్ట్ టూ స్ట్రింగ్స్ ని యాజ్ ఏ వన్ స్ట్రింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. Okay, then you are using this total two strings as a one string and clubbing with the third string. This is about the concatenate operator or concatenate function. So both will do the same things. Major places will go with the concatenate operator. Okay, so then what the function we have? Length function. So length function return the length of the input string. So ledu ante it counts the number of characters in the given string. Length function will help you to count the number of characters in the given string. Okay, so then we'll see about the substring function. Substring. Okay, substring. The name itself is having, if we have some string, I need to make it as a substring of that. Okay, so now we have India is my country as a total is one string. Okay, so now I need to display like what is your country name. Ledu. Now I need to display the first 5 characters of this word. సో ఏమవుతుంది, ఫస్ట్ 5 క్యారెక్టర్స్ ని ప్రింట్ చేస్తున్నావు అంటే నీ దగ్గర ఉన్న స్ట్రింగ్ లో నుంచి సబ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ని డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నావు. ఇఫ్ యూ హావ్ సమ్ సెట్స్ ఇన్సైడ్ దట్ విల్ మేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ సబ్ సెట్స్, అంటే సెట్ లోపల యూ విల్ మేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ సమ్ సబ్ డివిజన్స్. ఫ్యామిలీని యూ కెన్ స్ప్లిట్ దట్ ఇంటూ స్మాలర్ ఫ్యామిలీ అన్నట్టు. సో ఇదేంటి, if you have like a one family, big family, so if you are splitted that as a smaller family, same with you people are staying in that particular family compound wall, ante so there is boundary for your house. So మీరు బ్రదర్ అండ్ బ్రదర్స్ ఉన్నారనుకో, స్ప్లిట్ అయినారు యాజ్ ఏ స్మాలర్ ఫ్యామిలీ, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, You will be in the same compound wall. You will stay in this part. The other person will stay in some other part. Boundary, you are not at all changing the boundary. Okay, so now you are into India is your country. Now, so and the split చేసిన దాని ఏమంటున్నాం sub families. There is some root path. Inside that there is childs. This childs we can call it as a subset of your total set. Set అనేది మీ ఫ్యామిలీ అనుకుంటే సో ఈ లీవ్స్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నాయో 2 families గా మీరు స్ప్లిట్ చేసిన స్మాలర్ ఫ్యామిలీస్ ని we can call it as subsets. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ది స్ట్రింగ్, సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డిస్ప్లే దిస్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది స్ట్రింగ్, ఏమవుతుంది అందులో నుంచి కొంచెం డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నాం. we can call it as a substring of that. స్ట్రింగ్ లో నుంచి కొంచెం డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నాం. దట్స్ we can call it as a substring. Okay, now to make that, use the substring function of s. Substring function work with 2 arguments. Now I am trying to make it as a single argument. It will give the invalid number of arguments, not enough values, not enough arguments for this function. Okay, so దీనికి కావాల్సిన ఇన్పుట్ కరెక్ట్ గా ఇవ్వలేదు. Now I am mentioning with 2 arguments. We are getting the value, total value substring. India is my country. Okay, see the substring function substr of string. Then the syntax will be starting of position. Of position. Okay, starting of position. So from where I need to print that, you are mentioning in this place. Okay, then how many characters I need to print that? From starting position, from starting point, how many characters I need to print? I need to print or display. I need to print or display. This is about the syntax. Okay, substring of your string, starting position, from where I need to start the printing. ఎక్కడి నుంచి ప్రింట్ చేయాలి? Okay, that you will mention. From starting point, how many characters? నువ్వు ఇక్కడ starting point ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే మీరు నెంబర్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తారో that is your starting point. Okay, so how many characters you need to print from that position to how many characters I need to print, that you are going to mention in this place. Okay, if you haven't mentioned this point, the system can understand from starting position to end I need to print. Okay, so now if you mention like a string of starting position, okay, so the system treat like as you are looking for till end of the string. End of the string. Okay, so now see some example of substr of 1. So you are saying like a substr of 1. So first position nunchi print cheyani cheptunna. So now I haven't mentioned the size. India is my country. It is displaying that total. Now I am saying from 6th position, start the printing from 6th position. So here INDIA, this is your 5 positions. This is your 6th position space. So it is displaying like mention like a 7. You will see some difference here. See here, it is printing from space is. You are not understanding the gap. 7, mention that it prints with the is keyword. This is your starting point, and print the, you forget to mention that how many characters I need to print from that position. Then the default it take from that position to till end. Okay. Now I'm printing like from that position to 2 characters. 7, 2. So as I said, if you mention the string starting point and the number of characters in this particular, it print that many characters itself. Okay, so ikkada chudu. So starting with the 7 and ending with the 2 characters. So start 7 inchi, I'm going to print with the 2 characters. So you will get the is. So if I'm saying like a 7, 5 letters, then you will get like is my. So the substring function work with in this way. Substring function is used to display the or print the values from mth position to n number of characters. Mth position to n number of characters. Definition is that substring function will help you to print the part of the string. So simple ga em cheppochu, part of the string ni display cheyalante, we'll go with the substring function. Okay, now we have this. Okay, now I need to treat like I say. Okay, there is some email ID for you. Okay, so there is some email ID for you. Now I need to. Okay, now I need to print the. So where is like I need to print like a domain name using this email ID. I need to separate this string as a 2 parts. Domain name and as well as the name. The name is whatever that the Gmail is having that name that you are going to get in this place. Vashi Reddy is my name. Okay, then after @ whatever the things you have here that you are going to treat like as a domain name. Domain name gmail.com. Gmail is your domain. Yahoo.com. Yahoo is your domain. Rediffmail.com. So Rediffmail is your domain name. Okay, so every people may have the different domains. So andaru Gmail use cheyaలని rule em ledu. So we'll go with any domain of the given things. Okay, now I need to, the client is provided the employee email IDs. Now I need to, the client is asking to separate the employee name, domain name as an email ID, total 3 columns. So based on the email ID, you need to bifurcate that into 2 parts, employee name and domain name. Ardhamainda requirement. So in these situations, so now we have like a Vashi Reddy. So you can able to treat like as a, so VASHI, so 5 letters and REDDY 5 letters. Total you may treat like as a, think like a, so sub str of okay, email comma 1 comma, so 10 you may mention like that. So you will get that as a domain name like employee name. So this is your e name. So if you want to find out the domain name, so you may mention that str of email. So from 11 in the sense you will get the @ symbol, right? So let's I'm saying like a 11 comma 5 9 characters. So now you are getting like a @ symbol, so not required for you. So start with the 12. Okay, now it is displaying like your domain name and as well as the employee name. Right? Now if I'm changing with as a different name. Now see here, now you are not getting the actual result for you. Now you need to display like as a Vasi Re is your employee name and Vashi Tech is your domain name. You are not getting the results here. You are not making as a dynamic of this operation. So you are doing the static operations here. So if you want to make it as the split operation into dynamic manner, so we need to depend on the some other function here. We need to depending on some other function here. So let's take this. Let's start from this. Now we get the data in this place. Okay. Now we have like a, so whatever the strings we have earlier, now I'm mentioning that. Okay. So now if you find the position of this @ symbol, so @ symbol యొక్క పొజిషన్ నీకు తెలిసింది అనుకో. So you may start the position printing from that @ symbol to the last. అర్థమైందా? సో మనకేంటి సబ్స్ట్రింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ లో ఇప్పుడు మీకు @ సింబల్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ తెలిసింది అనుకో, అంటే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అప్ టు స్టార్టింగ్ టు దట్ పొజిషన్ హౌ మెనీ క్యారెక్టర్స్ వీ హావ్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో దెన్ సో స్టార్టింగ్ పొజిషన్ ఏంటి, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ కావాలి. ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ అనేవాడు ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాడు, ఫస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాడు. ఎండింగ్ విత్ ఏంటి 10 క్యారెక్టర్స్. ఈ 10 క్యారెక్టర్స్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ ఏంటి, @ సింబల్ అనేది నీ బౌండరీ. సో నీ @ సింబల్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ ఏంటి అనేది, అంటే ఎన్నో క్యారెక్టర్ అని ఫైండ్ చేసినావు అనుకో, ఫైండ్ దట్ క్యారెక్టర్ అండ్ ప్రింట్ దట్ ఇన్ టు దట్ ప్లేస్. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ క్యారెక్టర్ పొజిషన్. ఓకే, సో విల్ యూస్ ది ఈమెయిల్ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ ఫర్ దట్. ఇన్ string of email comma @ see you are getting like a 11. Okay, so make this say input, so you can able to use any function inside of any other function. Okay, argument nu pass చేసేటప్పుడు ఇదేంటిది, it returning the numerical value. So whereas you are using this substr of email comma starting position అంటే ఏంటి, నెంబర్, ఎండింగ్ పొజిషన్ అనేది కూడా నెంబర్. సో నెంబర్ వాల్యూ నువ్వు ప్రింట్ చేస్తేనే ఇట్ విల్ వర్క్ ఫర్ దట్ నెంబర్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, substr of 1 అంటే ఏ నేమ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినా కూడా ఫస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ నుంచే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. మీకు @ సింబల్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ కావాలి. జస్ట్ 2 minutes అయిపోయింది, 5 minutes మ్యాక్స్, అంత మించి ఏం లేదు, అయిపోయింది. సో నౌ ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ యాజ్ ఏ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఈమెయిల్ కామా @ సింబల్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ ఏంటి, ఇట్ ప్రింట్ ది 11. సో బట్ వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ వాషి రెడ్డి. సో నాట్ విత్ @ సింబల్ మనకు అవసరం లేదు. సో నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ యాజ్ @ సింబల్. సో దెన్ యూ విల్ మేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఏ -1. ఏమవుతుంది, ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ @-1 you will get the 10. సో మనల్ని చూసే వాల్యూ ఏంటి, బిఫోర్ @ whatever that value we have, I need to find out that last character of that before @ symbol. So now I am find out that I'm displaying that here -1 Washi take. You got it right? Okay, so now if you want, you need to print the data from @ symbol +1. సో నీకు డొమైన్ నేమ్ కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి, @ సింబల్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయకూడదు, దాని నెక్స్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్ నుంచి యూ నీడ్ టు స్టార్ట్ ది నెక్స్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఫర్ దట్ రీజన్, సో ప్రింట్ దట్ లైక్ ఇన్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఈమెయిల్ +1. ఈమెయిల్ +1. సో ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం, 12th పొజిషన్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ 12th పొజిషన్. సో నౌ ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ దిస్ and providing as a input to this. In the static value ni I'm making as a dynamic here. Now see here, now you are getting like a wash it text. Okay, so kani ikkada there is some static value 9. So andarki 9 characters domain undakapochu. Now you need to make this value as dynamic. Em cheyali, దీని వాల్యూ కనుక్కోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి, last.com. సో లాస్ట్ నీకేంటి, .com అనేది డాట్ కి ముందు @ కి సింబల్ మధ్యన ఉన్న నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఏంటి అనేది నువ్వు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో నౌ యూస్ ది @ సింబల్. ఓకే, దెన్ now find out the dot characters position. So there is an option like what are the recent commands we written. Now we can able to retrieve that by seeing like a F8. So by seeing the SQL history, you may get that things directly. So what are the recent commands we written, that all you can able to get that in situation, this place. It in the SQL developer you will get it. Okay, so now this position we need to find out number of 9 ani meeku there is some static value, we need to find out that as a dynamic. Okay, so now we find out that @ symbol start position. Now make it as a dot symbol position as well. Now we are getting like a 11 minus 21 characters. 21 minus 11. So now you are getting like a 10 for this. Okay, so in the go, now you need to do the, say here +1. Okay, so now you will get like a, say 21 minus 12, 9 characters. So in the go +1 chesanu ante starting of this position I need to print. So @ symbol tarvata nunchi nenu count cheyali number of characters. Okay, so I'm making as a making this as a minus. Okay, so now I need to, so bigger number versus smaller number I need to do that, right? So we'll do this in way. Okay, so I'm considering this and I'm putting this place as a domain name. Okay, so now you are getting some trouble here. So we need to get only -9, not with the, so how many characters you are getting? 11 here, not with the 11. So see, you are getting the value @ symbol 12. Okay, dot ki mund ka, so dot whatever the dot value you are looking, prior to that you need to display. So you need to make it as a -1, not with the +1. So @ symbol tarvata you need to start with the +1. So you need to use +1, but before prior dot ki mundu unnadi enti, so prior of that character you need to count. So you need to count the up to this position, not with the dot +1 mention చేసినప్పుడు it will go for the next characters. Dot com నుంచి వెళ్తుంది. So you need to use the minus for this, not with the 20 minus 12. So how many you will get? 8. So it's not the correct value again. So you know need to mention this. You need to get definitely 9. Okay, 20 minus 9. Okay, so it will work for the any number of values. Okay, so now I change this, right? So now I'm making as a Gmail dot. Gmail is your domain. So I'm changing my name as well in this place. This is your name. This is your domain name. It is working as a dynamic here. So substring function will help you to print the part of the string or print the from mth position to n number of characters. Okay, so in string function will help you to find out the position of the characters. Position of the characters. There is some syntax we need to remember here. Okay. Now we can able to identify like there is some .com. So if any one of the name is having the dot, Shiva dot Reddy. So a dot and you cannot treat like as a dot, every dot is a domain. So then I will explain by tomorrow again about this instinct function.